edition of UCF Sports Night, getting used to college. We introduce you to the volleyball team's freshman players. And we hit the links to talk with new women's golf coach Courtney Trimble. All that and more next on UCF Sports Night.
UCF Sports Night is brought to you by UCF TV.
Hello and welcome once again to UCF Sports Night. I'm Jeff Sharon. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We've got a big show for you today. Even though there was no football at UCF this weekend, there was no shortage of action on campus. And we start with the men's tennis team in their only fall tournament at home this season, as they played in the UCF Invitational over at the tennis complex. Let's take a look at the highlights. The Knights welcome South Carolina for their home shootout, and this is a great sight to see if you're a Knights fan. Claudio Romano and Brock Sakey on the court together playing in doubles. They got a big win on day one, 8-4. Elsewhere, Blaze Schwartz and Mark Rocafort also had a big day as they knocked off the #9 doubles team in the nation on Thursday. Overall, 2 UCF doubles teams won their flights, and 3 UCF players won their singles flights for the weekend. Afterwards, Sakey and Romano spoke about playing on their home court once again.
It feels real good, you know. We both had to sit out last season, unfortunately, to injury, so this is the first home match we've got to play since, last January. It was real good to get back out here and get a W.
Last year was a lot of experience for us. We learned a lot, both inside, outside. We got to see what was going on from the outside. We never get that. And I think we're putting it in the courts now, and that's pretty good.
Earlier in the week, the Knights also posted a solid showing at the FSU Invitational in Tallahassee. The team of Eugene Dolgovic and Joe DeLinks took home a doubles title with a 9-7 victory over their opponents from UNF. Meanwhile, in Macon, Georgia, the women's golf team put up another solid effort at the Eda Peach Collegiate. The Knights finished 6th overall. 2 players landed in the top 10, sophomore Elisa Aoki and freshman Valentina Fontaine. And down in Miami, the men's soccer team picked up a huge conference win at FIU. Nick Robeson scored his 4th goal of the season, and Yaron Bacher picked up the game winner, his 2nd goal in as many games. Back at home Friday night, women's soccer taking on UTEP, and the Knights dedicated their performance for the weekend to Brianna McMahon, the local high school soccer player who was seriously injured in a recent accident. The Knights wore red wristbands for Brianna, and when things kicked off, the offense went on display. First, Nicolette Radovcic picked up a goal, her 3rd tally of the year. Then watch this. Kim Newsom hits the post with her initial shot, but then it comes right back to her and she sticks it in the net for her 1st career goal. And then the icing on the cake in the second half, after a handball in the box on UTEP, Becca Thomas puts away this PK, her 1st goal of the season as well, and the Knights take the victory 3-2 over the Miners.
We're just going out and playing to respect her and, where she is being courageous. And so, we tried to play for her and, obviously it's not the same situation, but, we did what we could for her and I'm glad we could get a win for her. That's great, yeah.
Out on the road in El Paso, the volleyball team scored a huge road victory over UTEP, 3-1 the final there. Erin Campbell led the way with 21 kills and a .372 hitting percentage. Over the weekend, fall softball got into action as the Knights hosted the UCF Fall Invitational. The Knights played host to 5 community college teams from around the state, picking up wins in 4 games and getting a look at some new players in the process. It's UCF's only home action for the fall, but it was key for Coach Renee Luers-Gillespie to see her team get some competitive work in before the spring.
Well, it is by far probably the best group of girls we've had in the fall season, how they've been playing together and how they've been working together. But I would definitely say our speed's a lot better. The new kids we have coming in have a lot more sense on the bases and a lot quicker. Coach Best and Coach Trimboli has really helped us a lot with the hitting side of it, as you can see by the offense we've been coming up with. But overall, it's a great thing to see this early in the season. We like knowing that we've got a great start to the beginning of our spring season, and hopefully just keep getting better.
Down at Disney, cross country came up big with a 2nd place finish at the Disney Cross Country Classic in a 30-team field. Erica Weitz was the Knights' top performer, finishing in 10th place in the individual standings. Back at the soccer complex, another conference game for the women's soccer team against Colorado College. Already up 1-0, Becca Thomas off this free kick gets her 2nd goal in as many games, 2-0 Knights. Then, second half, Amanda Martirana gets into the act. Off this gorgeous pass, she knocks it in to make it 3-0. And then Courtney Trimble seals the deal as she gets the cherry on top here, and the Knights score 7 goals in 2 games on this homestand, 4-1 the final over Colorado College. Up in the Big Easy, the volleyball team fell to a very good Tulane team 3-0. Erin Campbell led the Knights with another double-double, 14 kills and 11 digs, and Andy Youngblood put up 19 assists for the Knights. Meanwhile, up in Jacksonville, the women's tennis team spent the weekend at the UNF tournament, and congratulations to Taylor Dubins. The sophomore took home her first career college title, winning the Flight C singles bracket in dominating fashion. And of course, for more news, scores, and features from every UCF sport, all you've got to do is log on to UCFathletics.com, your online home for UCF sports 24/7. Don't go away. Coming up next here on UCF Sports Night, it's not easy being a freshman, so imagine what it's like for the volleyball team, because they've got 7 of them. We've got that and much more when UCF Sports Night returns. Fans, you won't want to miss out on the Knights' next home football game, Saturday, October 17th, as they take on the Miami Hurricanes at 7:30 p.m. in a Sunshine State Showdown. More information at 407 UCF 1000 and at UCFathletics.com.
Greatness doesn't care how early it is or how late. Greatness doesn't care if anyone's watching. Greatness doesn't care about your clothes, your hair, or your music. The only thing greatness cares about is getting an opportunity. Where will you get yours? At UCF, we believe no dream is too big and no goal out of reach. On the fields, the courts, and in the classrooms, UCF stands for opportunity.
When JetBlue chose Orlando for its new flight training center, the presence of UCF strongly influenced their decision. The results? An investment of $160 million and 150 new jobs. UCF stands for opportunity.
Game day getaway.
Hey Orlando, it's time to get away with your UCF Knights. You won't want to miss a minute of the action in Bright House Network Stadium this season. Single game tickets are on sale now. Don't be left out. Armor up, Knights fans. Call 407-823-1000 or log on to UCFathletics.com for your tickets today.
Game day getaway, yeah.
Welcome back to UCF Sports Night. Freshman student athletes have big adjustments to make in their first year, from the hectic schedule of their sport to the rigorous academic demands to just being away from home for the first time. Well, it's no different for the UCF volleyball team, but the freshmen on that team do have one advantage: numbers. There are 7 freshmen on UCF's volleyball team this year, and so far they have bonded together to help make the experience in their first year a little bit more easy. We've got a look at UCF's volleyball freshmen in our Sports Night Spotlight.
College so far is amazing. Like, it's so different from like high school, and coming here to UCF is like, it's pretty much like my second family. It's amazing.
I mean, I didn't quite know what to expect, but the first year it's been crazy, but it's been great.
I'd definitely say it's been a lot of fun. And there are times where I'm just like, ooh, take a little breather and things like that. But I would say coming here is a lot more fun.
It's been pretty fun. It's really crazy, kind of stressful, but I'm adjusting. And I think this is the time now where it's finally getting to like get a rhythm and get rolling.
I think the hardest adjustment has been the time constraints. You have a tight schedule. A lot of the time you have specific times where you can do things, and then adding academics on top of that is sometimes a bit of a stretch.
I think going from summer to going here, it's helped me a lot more. And I was able to adjust better because I knew the girls before, and then I knew how the classes were going to be. So it wasn't as big of an adjustment, but actually having 4 classes and managing my time has probably been the most hard thing for the first year in college.
I'd say it's been a little overwhelming. I mean, I've handled it okay, but it's definitely more than I thought.
Aaron and Indy have definitely helped me a lot. During the summer, they helped us come together and they invited us everywhere.
They've shown us both things on and off the court. They've been great, setting a great example and including everybody.
They've just made the shift from high school to college so much easier. They're always there for us when we need them.
Not playing is weird, especially when times where it's really tight and you feel like, wow, if I was in the game, I could possibly make a difference. And then I just have to think, I'm cheering more. And then I guess in practice, I'm always like, this is my time to get better. This is my time to show that I can be on the court and I am a part of the team and everything like that. And so I just try to work as hard in practice as if I was in the game.
The 7 of us are really close. We do pretty much everything together. We're really tight. We all live together. We live right across the hall in 2 different rooms. So we have movie nights, we hang out and eat together, do pretty much everything.
We're pretty much like sisters. It's just a great feeling that you know that you've got somebody there and you're living with them too, so it helps out a lot.
It took us a month to all gel and stuff. It wasn't as awkward anymore. We could just come together and have fun on and off the court.
I mean, I think we were chosen for our personalities and how well Todd thought we'd bond together. So, I mean, it's a pretty diverse group, but I think we get along pretty well.
Next years are going to be really good. I have a feeling that we're going to be awesome, so I'm excited.
I know next year will be Impact of the Year. I know we're still building on this year. I know that the next few years we're going to be dynamic.
Well, the Knights volleyball team has a big home weekend this week as they take on Rice and Houston. For more information on the volleyball team, visit UCFathletics.com. Coming up next year on UCF Sports Night, we hit the links once again this week and sit down with the new head coach of the women's golf team, Courtney Trimble. That and plenty more when we return. Fans, check out the men's soccer team as they take on Marshall on Sunday, October 18th at the UCF Soccer Complex. The first 500 students in attendance receive a ticket to the T-Pain concert at UCF Arena. More information at 407 UCF 1000 and at UCFathletics.com.
This is my UCF.
Hey Orlando, it's time to get away with your UCF Knights. You won't want to miss a minute of the action in Bright House Network Stadium this season. Single game tickets are on sale now. Don't be left out. Armor up, Knights fans. Call 407-823-1000 or log on to UCFathletics.com for your tickets today.
Welcome back to UCF Sports Night. We're going to stay on the links this week. Last week we talked with Bryce Waller from the men's golf team, and now we're talking with the new head coach of the women's golf team, Courtney Trimble, in her first year here at UCF. How are you, Coach?
Doing great, doing great.
Thanks for coming on the show. You know, we had, like we said, we had Bryce on last week and talking about how he's liked it here at UCF, and so I pose to you the same question. How have you enjoyed it here at UCF so far in your first year?
So far, it has been great. It was a quick start. I got here about 2 weeks before the season started, and so we've been kind of playing catch up, but the team has taken to everything I've asked them to do, and the staff has been incredible. So I'm really happy to be here.
Give us your evaluation of the team's performance so far in the fall. You know, golf is a year-round sport, you know, unlike the other sports. So you guys play big tournaments all throughout the year. So far in the fall, how has your team done?
I would say we got off to a slow start. The first tournament of the year, it's one of the best fields we'll see all year. We didn't play very well, but we ended the week with a win over Colorado in the match play. So we got better as the week went on, and then we had 3 weeks off, and we went to Kentucky and finished in second place and almost won the tournament. So we're getting better.
Tell me about the returners on the team. You know, we have a lot of talent coming back this year for UCF.
Well, we'll start with senior Victoria Tomko. She's been a great leader. She hasn't played as well as she could in years past, and I think this year, a fresh start. She came out. She didn't play very well in the first tournament. We worked on some things, and she went to the tournament in Kentucky and finished second, tied for second, had a chance to win the tournament. And she's playing better and better, and I looked for her to lead the team in a lot of different ways this year.
I want to also ask you about Victoria's taken on a leadership role. She's getting a little help from Katie Detlefson too, you know, and Katie, academic all-world. She's been fantastic for you as well.
Katie provides a lot of great things on and off the golf course. She graduated from her undergrad last year in 2 years with all A's. So she's an incredible leader both in the classroom and on the golf course.
You've got some new people on the roster this year as well, and a lot of, you know, I mean, every roster on every team always has some new faces, but who are the people that most excite you now that they've joined the team?
Well, we've got 3 freshmen, and then we've also got Elisa Aoki, who was just here for a semester last year, and I look for her to really be a consistent player for us. She's finished in the top 10 the last two weeks. And then I've also got Carolyn Pinniger, Valentina Fontaine, and Sammy Voss. And all 3 of those girls are just going to continue to get better and provide consistency for the team throughout the year.
Now, you're not the only new person around here at the UCF Women's Golf Program. You also have a whole brand new staff. Tell me about who's joining you here at UCF this year.
Well, I've brought 2 people on staff. I've got a new assistant coach, Mary Bryan, who comes with years and years of experience. She was a commentator for ESPN and CBS for 25 years. She also played the LPGA Tour for about 12 years and has been a great teacher in the Orlando area, and I'm really excited to have her join the team. And then also Charlotte Campbell, who's the current Futures Tour player, and she's also a 4-time national champion at Rollins College. She's my director of operations, and she's helping with tournament administration and kind of the day-to-day of the office. So I think I've put together one of the best staffs in the country.
Now, last but not least, I wanted to ask you about your outlook for the rest of the fall. I know you have one more tournament, and then come spring, it's a busy schedule for you guys, but tell me what you have coming up.
Well, we've got 3 weeks off, and this 3 weeks we're going to continue to work really hard, play a lot of golf, and we're going down to Fort Myers to FIU's tournament, and I look for us to go down there really prepared and have a really good opportunity to win the golf tournament and take a lot of confidence into the spring.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations. Welcome to UCF.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, don't go away. Coming up next here on UCF Sports Night, we got some news and notes for you from around the world of UCF athletics and also our plays of the week. Don't go away. UCF Sports Night returns in a moment. Night fans, the nightmare is back. Season tickets for men's and women's basketball are available now. More information, including ticket prices, at 407 UCF 1000 and at UCFathletics.com.
Game day getaway.
Hey Orlando, it's time to get away with your UCF Knights. You won't want to miss a minute of the action in Bright House Network Stadium this season. Single game tickets are on sale now. Don't be left out. Armor up, Knights fans. Call 407-823-1000 or log on to UCFathletics.com for your tickets today.
Johnson with a little Ricky Bobby shake and bake.
Hey, Knight fans, check out all the latest UCF action on UCF Sports Night. Join us as we recap all the highlights of the week from every UCF sport, plus all the features and interviews that take you inside the world of UCF athletics. If it's UCF sports, it's on UCF Sports Night. You can catch UCF Sports Night all season long on UCF TV and also on Bright House Sports Network and Sun Sports. Check your local listings for details.
Are you an active fan or an interactive fan? Just because you aren't screaming from your seat doesn't mean thousands of people can't hear you. These days, it's easier than ever to be heard. Conference USA encourages its fans to send the right message and be kind online.
Welcome back to UCF Sports Night. We'll show you our plays of the week in a moment, but first, let's get a little news and notes. Big news for the women's soccer team. The first NCAA RPI rankings are out for this season, and the Knights are ranked 5th in the nation. The Knights have been helped by 2 victories over top 25 teams this season, which have helped them move well into the national top 25 polls. The RPI is the most important criteria the NCAA uses to figure out the field for the NCAA tournament. In all, 7 of the Knights' opponents on their schedule this season are in the RPI top 40. And over at the baseball complex, fall practice is underway for the Knights. Head coach Terry Rooney welcomes 21 new players this season to UCF, including 18 players from right here within the state of Florida. Practice continues through the rest of this month, concluding with the Black and Gold World Series at the beginning of November. And the women's basketball team has announced its schedule for the upcoming season. The Knights start the regular year on the road at Middle Tennessee State. It's the Knights' only non-conference game outside of the state of Florida. The home opener is on November 20th at the arena against Bethune-Cookman. UCF plays 6 non-conference games at home and against some heavy hitters too, including Washington, Alabama, Florida State, and Notre Dame. Conference play for UCF begins on January 8th at Marshall, with the home league opener on January 15th against Memphis. The Conference USA tournament is in Tulsa, March 8th through 12th. For the complete schedule, log on to UCFathletics.com. Time for our Sports Night plays of the week. Play number 3, men's tennis against South Carolina. Watch Blaze Schwartz stare down the barrel here as he staves off a couple of hot shots right at him, and he is rewarded for his bravery as South Carolina hits it out, and the Knights get the point. Blaze and Mark Rocafort would get their win in doubles competition. Play number 2, softball against Miami-Dade Community College. How about some power at the plate from newcomer Tawny Swan? A 2-run triple here, helping her team to another victory in the UCF Fall Invitational in her first action wearing the black and gold. So congratulations to Tawny. But play number 1 belongs to Kim Newsom of women's soccer. Off the pass from Bianca Jospiak, she gets a clean header. It goes off the post, straight up into the air, and right back to her for the put-away. Watch it again as Kim with a heads-up play, no pun intended, helping the Knights to a victory over UTEP. And those are your Sports Night plays of the week. Quality, not quantity, is the theme at UCF as we look at the week ahead. Home action starts Friday with volleyball as they start a tough homestand with the Owls of Rice. First serve is set for 7 p.m. and you can catch the action live at UCFathletics.com. On the road, meanwhile, women's soccer travels to Rice to face the Owls. That game kicks off at 8 Eastern Time in Houston. Not too far away, cross country is up in DeLand to take part in the Hatter Invitational hosted by Stetson. That race gets underway at 4:30 p.m. Saturday is a big football day on campus as the Knights face the Miami Hurricanes at Bright House Network Stadium for the first time in a huge Sunshine State showdown. Action gets underway at 7:30, and if you can't make it to the game, you can see it live on CBS College Sports and UCFathletics.com, and you can also hear the game live on the Knights flagship station, 740 The Game. We've got a double dip on campus on Sunday. It starts at the venue when Houston comes to town to face the Volleyball Knights. First serve is at 1 p.m., and you can catch it live on UCFathletics.com. Then afterwards, head across the street to the soccer complex to see the men's team take on Marshall. That gets underway at 2:30 p.m., and you can catch that live on UCFathletics.com as well. And elsewhere on Sunday, women's soccer is also in action at Houston. That game kicks off at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. On the air, tune in for the George O'Leary Call-In Show presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Join the coach and the voice of the Knights, Mark Daniels, as they talk UCF football every Thursday live from Buffalo Wild Wings in Waterford Lakes. You can hear the show on the Knights flagship station, 740 The Game, or at UCFathletics.com. Also, tune in to West 2 every Sunday at noon for UCF Sports Today with Coach George O'Leary, presented by Holler Classic. Join the coach and Pat Clark for insight, analysis, and in-depth features, again, Sundays at noon on West 2, and also on UCF TV, Bright House Sports Network, and Sun Sports. And a reminder, you can also catch UCF Sports Night every Tuesday at 8 o'clock on UCF TV. The show also airs on Bright House Sports Network and Sun Sports. Check your local listings for details. And for more information on all UCF sports anytime you want, log on to UCFathletics.com, your online home for UCF sports. And of course, if you want to see this episode again or you want to catch any of our archived episodes of UCF Sports Night, you can anytime you want online. All you've got to do is visit UCF TV's website at www.ucf.tv. Well, that'll do it for us for this week here on UCF Sports Night. We'll catch you again next week. For all of us here at UCF Athletics and UCF TV, I'm Jeff Sharon saying thanks for watching and go Knights!
Hey, this is LT from 101.1 WJRR. You're listening to the best sounds of area music. UCF Athletics, Access Magazine, and WJRR are proud to support local artists. You can find more great artists by going online at www.wjrr.com and also accessmag.com, and by listening to Native Noise each and every Sunday at 11 o'clock.
UCF Sports Night is brought to you by UCF TV.